Welcome to the deep dive.
Good to be here.
So, today we're digging into a pretty significant story from the crypto world, Alex Mashinsky, and the Celsius network.
Right. It's definitely a major cautionary tale. We're looking at recent reports about the whole rise and fall.
Exactly. The promise of these huge returns and then, well, the crash. Our mission today is basically to understand the key events, what went wrong, and maybe what you, the listener, can take away from it all.
It's crucial stuff. Celsius was right in the heart of decentralized finance, aiming to bypass traditional banks.
Offering much better yields, supposedly.
That was the big hook, yeah.
And Alex Mashinsky, he co-founded Celsius back in, what, 2017?
Yep, 2017. And he was very charismatic, very visible.
Definitely. Sold this vision of revolutionizing finance, offering, I think, up to 17% returns on crypto savings. Which sounds amazing, obviously.
Almost too good to be true, perhaps, in hindsight. He really built this persona, didn't he? The anti-bank guy.
Oh, yeah, the banks are not your friends. T-shirts and everything. A real DeFi leader image.
But the core problem, as it seems to be emerging from reports and court documents, is this huge gap
Between what he was saying publicly about safety.
and what was actually happening behind the scenes. Financial mismanagement, alleged fraud, it's all in the mix.
Which led to the collapse in 2022. Just devastating for users.
Absolutely devastating. Billions of dollars in investor funds just gone.
And the court documents, they suggest this wasn't just, bad market conditions. They allege he was actively lying about the company's financial health.
Right. The specific charges laid out are serious. Securities fraud, wire fraud, commodities fraud. It implies a pattern of deception.
Covering up massive losses, essentially, while telling everyone their crypto was safe.
That's the allegation. Basically that he kept assuring investors even when things were apparently falling apart internally.
And the personal angle, too, reports say he cashed out something like $40 million.
Yeah, around $40 million. While the company was crumbling and ordinary people were facing huge losses.
That never sits well, does it?
No, it really doesn't. It adds another layer to the whole saga.
So the legal system caught up eventually.
It did. He was sentenced just this past May 8th, 2025.
To how long?
12 years in federal prison. The judge, John Colt, apparently called his conduct deliberate and repeated.
Wow. 12 years. That's significant.
It really underscores the severity. We're talking about one of the biggest crypto frauds in history, up there with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried in terms of scale and impact.
So thinking about our listeners,
Mm.
what are the big takeaways here? What should people watch out for?
Well, first off, I think, is intense skepticism towards guaranteed high returns, especially in volatile markets like crypto. If it sounds too good to be true.
It probably is, right? Ask how those returns are being generated. What's the actual risk?
Exactly. Second, maybe be wary of CEOs who develop that kind of messianic persona.
Yeah, the cult of personality thing.
Right. Charisma is one thing, but transparency and realistic assessments are arguably more important in finance.
Good point. And this whole thing is a stark reminder about hype, isn't it? Especially in digital assets.
Definitely. Hype can easily obscure the fundamentals. People get caught up in the excitement and might overlook red flags.
Mashinsky being described as the latest crypto king to fall suggests, well, maybe there's a pattern here we need to pay attention to in the industry.
It does seem that way sometimes, unfortunately. So for you listening, navigating modern finance, whether it's crypto or anything else, these lessons from Celsius are really valuable.
Due diligence, skepticism. The basics, really.
They really are. Innovation is great, essential even, but it needs to be paired with caution.
Okay, so let's leave our listeners with a final thought. Beyond the numbers and the charges, think about the human element here.
Ambition, innovation, the pressure.
And sadly, the potential for deception. When you look back at Celsius, or as you look forward at new opportunities, what are those subtle red flags, maybe not the obvious ones, that you might look for now? Something to ponder.